Welcome back to Empathica Radio. In this episode, we talk about going to the dentist. I talk about the Fit for an Autopsy show. Stay tuned.
You're listening to Empathica Radio, home to unsigned metal, hardcore, and punk artists. The true underground. Hail to the underground.
Hail to the king, baby.
So my dentist changed hands. Like, I guess the lady that used to do, that was my dentist, left, and now they got some guy in there. I think all the people in the office are the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they had sent me a text saying, you got an appointment coming up, which I knew I did, just a cleaning. And they had it scheduled at it was like 6:50 in the morning, which is perfect for me.
Yeah.
'Cause I go to work early anyways.
Yeah.
So, but they want me to confirm it. Yeah. Do it. So then they call me, like when it gets closer to day. Oh, we need to change it because our hours have changed.
Yeah.
Like, okay, whatever. Then I'm like on the phone with them, and I got my Bluetooth on, the headphones I listen to at work. So I'm on the computer, like picking paint codes and stuff and doing whatever, and I'm like setting up this new time. And I tell the lady, I was like, either has to be like first thing in the morning, like your first appointment of the day, or the last. Like I work out in St. Louis. I was like, I can't just leave in the middle of the day and then come back to work. I can't do it. So she's like, all right, hold on. Let me figure out what days we have available. And, I can hear her typing. And I'm just sitting there. And Travis comes over. And he starts, like, talking to me about God knows what. Blah, 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 and I'm like, all right. And I point at my headphones. I'm on the phone. He's like, who are you on the phone with? I'm like, my dentist. I'm setting up an appointment, and he goes, he yells out, he's like, he sucks a lot of cock. I mean, and the lady, you gotta hear her start laughing on the other end. I'm like, you motherfucker, and I'm yelling at him to shut up. And he's like, I don't know what you can do for him since he sucks so much cock, and I'm like trying to cover it up and not hang up on her and push him away at the same fucking time. And I was just like, oh my God, I gotta get a new dentist now. I have to get a new fucking dentist. She heard everything.
Oh, she knows your secret.
Yeah. So when I go in there now, they're going to be all snickering because they put something in the computer. Hey, this is the guy that sucks a lot of cock. Motherfucker. He's like, why would you do that right there? He's like, why don't you go outside and have that conversation or in a private room? I'm like, I'm fucking I'm setting up an appointment. Why do I have to hide?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm at the computer. Nobody was around. Like, Jesus Christ. So now I got to get a new dentist. So how's your...
So did they find you an appointment at the end of the day or at the beginning?
Yeah, I think it's at the end of the day coming up here. Not really at the end of the day. They're like, we have one at 3:45. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll do it. It's close enough. But they're like, we got one at 1. Fuck you. I can't leave work at 1 o'clock. I was like, it's not feasible.
No.
The last of the appointment of the day, I'll make it work. I'll come in a little early, get my shit done, and I'll be there. But when I say first and last, I don't mean the middle of the day.
Yeah, lunchtime.
Yeah, how about 1? Yeah, I'll drive 45 minutes back, be there for 45 minutes, to drive 45 minutes back to work again, to work for a couple hours, to drive 45 minutes home
Yeah, it's
again.
a waste of 2 hours.
And the place is right next to my house.
Oh,
It's at Family Dental right there by Shell and the old QT, Regency Park Drive.
Yeah.
That little plaza right there where the old Blockbuster used to be.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, that's damn near right down the street from my house. I'm not
Yeah.
driving all that way. So you think you put a little note on my file that I have to have this? I tell you this every time.
Yeah.
And every time it's like, well, how about 1 o'clock? No. I'm not taking off a whole day just to get my teeth cleaned.
That's why I don't go to the dentist.
I go twice a year. I get my I do the right thing. I get my teeth cleaned twice a year, and I hate it every time.
Not too, but...
I didn't go for the longest time. So when I lived in Italy, I was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, half my 8th grade year. And, military, obviously. And military dentist, blah, blah, blah. It's all obviously all free. They don't
Yeah.
pay for that. So those are the worst dentists on the planet.
Oh, really?
Oh, they're rough as fuck.
Yeah.
At least they were back then.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they've gotten better, but it was just like they didn't give a fuck. They'd put this shit in your mouth and like lock your jaw open where you couldn't close your mouth. They kind of look like I felt like the guy on the cover of Vile, Cannibal Corpse's Vile. I got like these things in my mouth that are like it's just like it hurt so bad. And I remember the last time I went in there, they had a cavity, they did whatever, put a filling in, and me not knowing any better, I think at that time must have been the 7th grade, I don't remember at that point. I walked out of the building, and on my right side, like my back tooth, the filling, what they just put in, the filling fell out.
Oh.
And I'm walking out the door, and I'm like, I pull this big metal chunk out of my mouth. I look at it, and I just fucking throw it. Keep walking. I was like, whoa, that was weird. I don't know what that is. Like, now thinking back on it, it's like, that was the filling that just fell out.
Probably should have gone back and told
Probably should have went back in. Hey, this thing just fell out of my fucking head. I did not. So what that did was for years, like, I couldn't eat chocolate or sweets because it hurt so bad. I never did anything about it. Because after that was the last time I went.
Yeah.
Because then I moved back stateside, and then I moved back in with my dad, and blah, blah, blah. But eventually that tooth just kind of like, part of it like collapsed.
Yeah.
And then it just stopped hurting. I guess it died. Never completely fell out.
Yeah.
So now it hasn't hurt me ever since it probably stopped my freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
But it's a back one, so it's like I don't really fucking care. And none of the dentists have ever said anything about it. Like, what the fuck happened back here?
Yeah,
so
really?
I must not. They just leave it alone.
Yeah.
But I can feel it. Like if I put my tongue back there, it's all weird feeling, But it's just like, I just spit that out in my hand and was like, huh, this is weird. Just threw it. It's like, oh well, now I know. Oops, my bad. But so I went years and years and years without going. I didn't go back to the dentist until I was probably 33, 34. And the guy was like, he's like, Jesus Christ. He's like, I got to do a deep cleaning. I don't think I may have had like 1 or 2 cavities. So that's not bad for that long.
Yeah.
But fuck, I didn't eat sweets because after that killed my teeth, or like it hurt so bad, I just quit eating them. So now I still don't eat them a lot. So it kind of helped a little bit. But so he had to do one half of the mouth. And I had to go back a week later and he had to do the other half because it was so bad. Like as far as like getting in there, and it's like I guess it'd be too painful to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
So this guy I went to originally. So when one of the fillings he was doing, he's like, oh man, he's like, this is pretty big. You should probably get a root canal and a crown. He's like, but I'm gonna just go ahead and try to fill it. He's like, probably not gonna last. I'll probably end up falling out at some point. So when he did that, he created some kind of gap on the side of my tooth, like it spread it out somehow. Because ever since he did that, anytime I eat on my left side, and it's not too far back from the front, like food just gets caught up in there, caught up in there. No matter what kind of meat I eat, I have to get floss and get it out because it's just jammed up in there. That never happened until he did that filling. So then after that, I ended up leaving him because he was like hell bent on getting my wisdom teeth pulled. Yeah. Well, they're impacted, which means they're sideways.
Yeah.
They're fucking sideways. They didn't grow straight down. They grew like they're
back.
Yeah, they're weird. But he's like, do they bother you? I was like, no. He's like, we need to get them out of there. Let's set up an appointment. And I'll send you to the surgeon, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. Like, they don't hurt. I was like, once they start hurting me, trust me, I'll be the first one in line to get them ripped out of my head. But they don't fucking bother me. I'm not wasting the money. He just kept pressuring me. Well, then the wife went. She started going there. And she called me one day crying. Oh, they're fucking, they need to do a root, want to do a root canal on one of my teeth, and it's like $1,000. Yeah. He's trying to make me do it right now. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, what tooth is it? She's like, it's the very back one on the top or bottom, who knows, very last tooth in line. I'm like, pull that motherfucker out of your head. I'm like, don't pay the $1,000. It's your back tooth. Who cares? She's like, will they do that? I'm like, yeah, they'll do that. Tell them just to pull it if it's that bad. So she went out there and told him to pull it, and she ended up calling me back. Yeah, they just pulled it. I'm like, yeah, how much was that? She's like, $45. I'm like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, fuck this guy. So I end up going to a different dentist, and they were super nice. And when you go to a new one, obviously they do X-rays and do all that shit because they need to see what's going on. And it was funny because she said the lady was like, "Oh," she's like, "Those wisdom teeth are impacted." She's like, "Do they bother you?" I said, "No." She's like, "Good, we're not messing with them."
Yeah.
She's like, she goes, "It'd actually be pretty dangerous to try to get them out." And I'm like, "The fuck?" I'm like, this guy's so worried about money that he's like trying to get me to do this bullshit. And this lady's like, "No."
Yeah.
She's like, "If they're not bothering you, who fucking cares? Just leave them." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do." Well, a couple years later, that tooth that he filled that was too big cracked.
Yeah.
I started fucking hot and cold starting to affect it. And I went in, I thought maybe it was a cavity. I couldn't remember which tooth was what.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, no, it's cracked," you know. And I said, "It's that one," because they even said that, "God, that's a big-ass filling."
Yeah.
Jack, we're going to have to crown it and all this and that. So I did that, and I was hoping that was going to like close that gap up doing that, but it really didn't. It got better, but it's still, every time I eat, I've got to get floss and get it out of there. It's like, this sucks. And I don't understand why that happened. Like, I don't know what putting a filling in would, how that would cause it to create a gap, but it didn't happen until he fucked with it, so I don't know what he did. It was just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I didn't go to the dentist for years, and when I did go back, they're like, "Hey, you got 11 cavities." I'm like, "God damn it." So then I had to come back 2 more times for him to fill half of them the first time and then half of them the second time. Then like my teeth in the back are pretty much just falling apart.
Right.
It's like, "Oh, we gotta pull them out and whatever." And I don't know if it was a root canal or something like that, but
Yeah.
he's like, blah blah blah, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll make an appointment for that." And then I leave out of there without making an appointment. It's like, "Yeah, I'll call you back when I figure out when I can make an appointment." And I'll leave out of there. I'm like, "Well, I guess I'm never seeing these people ever again."
3 years ago.
Yeah, I would have been back. It's like, I don't want a fucking root canal. Sounds painful.
You know, everybody says that. They're like, "Oh my God, root canals." I've had 2 now.
Oh, really?
No pain.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, no. The worst thing happened. So she filled it, one of them, and something happened where I got fucked up, and I had to go back like relatively soon, like after a few months, and she was looking at it, and I said, "I don't know what's going on, blah blah blah," and she's looking at it, she's like, "Oh my God," she's like, she's like, you need a root canal," and she's like, "I'll be honest," she's like, because she was pregnant at the time when she did it, the original one, she's like, "I should have never filled that."
Yeah.
She's like, "I'm gonna blame it on being pregnant." She's like, "I'm not gonna charge you for any of it."
Yeah.
So I was like, "All right." So I got a free crown, free root canal because she messed up and filled it when she shouldn't have or something. Whatever. That wasn't like an agonizing pain or nothing, but there was something like not right about it. So she did it for free, and I didn't pay nothing. Now the only side effect I had. So have you ever got a crown put in?
No.
Okay. So they put a temporary crown in.
Uh-huh.
And they take a mold of your tooth and everything, your bite and this and that, and then they make one and put it in after the root canal, and then they send that mold off to get your permanent one made. So you go a couple weeks, and you have to go back in. They pop the temporary one off, put the new one on, put your permanent one in, good to go. So they put that temporary one in. They kind of grind it down to where you just keep telling you to bite to make sure your bite's good.
Yeah.
Well, you can't fucking feel anything because your face is numb from those shots earlier. So I'm like, yeah, I think it's good. You can tell when it's not, when it's too big. You bite, and I'm like, nope. And they kept grinding. I'm like, yeah, I think that's cool. So it was on a Friday. So I leave and I go home, and I had some time to kill before I had to go back to work. This is back when I worked in here in Belleville. And actually, we were doing the podcast at the time. Yeah. But I think it was when we first started and we were just working just off the laptop, like before we had mics and everything. Because we came over and recorded it, and I remember that because I don't know if you remember. I think I might have told you that it was fucked up. Like if I bite, it like the tooth was too big, and it was hitting before all the rest of the other teeth. Yeah, and it hurt like a motherfucker. Yeah. You had no idea how bad it hurt. And I had to go all weekend like that because by the time it started happening when the drugs wore off, I went back up there, but they were all gone. It was Friday. The only people there were the receptionists because they were just taking orders for next week. So I had to fucking wait till Monday to go back in there. And they just had to grind it down more. but I couldn't feel it when they originally did it because my face was numb. Oh, that was a long weekend, dude.
Yeah.
Chewing real soft and trying to chew on the opposite side where that tooth wouldn't hit. 'Cause when it hit, dude, it fucking hurt. And it was like, I don't know why. I guess just the shock of it. It was just, oh, what a long weekend.
Yeah, I had my wisdom teeth taken out, and when the pain medicine wore off, it was fucking awful.
Yeah.
I couldn't eat anything.
I think Travis said he's got to get his done here because he just went, same situation. I don't think he's been in a long time. And he had to go in and go back, and I think they're going to do that, like cut his out.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fuck it. I pray to God they never go
Start
bad.
hurting.
Yeah, because they'd have to put me under. So and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, because I think it's miserable. You're miserable when you get that shit cut out. The root canal, I had no problem.
Really?
Other than the crown, that temporary crown. Other than that, didn't hurt. Right? I didn't see what the big deal was. I was laying there, they're grinding away, and everything was cool. I'm like, all right. Cool. It wasn't as bad. I don't know if maybe newer technology makes it better. Back in the day, you just had a guy with a fucking hammer and a chisel, and he was going to town.
Pair of
pliers, yeah. I don't know. Now it wasn't. I didn't have any issues, but like I said, other than that, so I've always been bad with the numbing. Like you have to shoot me up more.
Oh, really?
Because it doesn't take. So you have to give me more than normal before it takes. So it was one of the last times I was in there, and I think it was for one of those root canals. They shoot me up. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. Came back, and they're like touching me. You feel that? I'm like, yep. Doing everything. I knew this happens every time. You always have to shoot me up twice. It's been like that since I was a kid. Yeah. So they shoot me up again, and they came back. Everything's good. I'm like, all right, yeah. And so I'm laying there, and they're like working on it, and all of a sudden, the numbness goes down into my throat. Like it's spreading that much, and it's going down to my throat, and it feels like my throat's closing up. But it's just going numb. Yeah. But I'm freaking out. I'm like laying there like, oh, fuck. This is it. I'm going to die in this chair. I'm going to suffocate. Then I'm like, you idiot, you're breathing just fine. Like, no, I can't feel my throat. It's closing. I'm like having arguments in my head. And I realize it's just the numbness. It makes it feel like your throat's closing up, but it's not. Because you're losing feeling. I played it off like nothing was wrong, but inside I was in.
You're freaking out.
Oh, I was freaking out, dude.
Oh.
I was dead in that chair. I knew it. I knew I was dead. It's like I'm going to suffocate in this goddamn dentist chair. Fuck this. I didn't suffocate though, buddy. I made it out alive.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, not dentist, but when I had the cyst removed from my neck, they shot me up with the whatever it is, the numbing stuff.
Is it Novocaine? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's what dentists use.
Okay.
But whatever they shot in my neck, and apparently it worked right away because, they shot me up, waited a couple minutes, he's poking around there doing whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't feel anything. I'm just sitting there, doop-a-doop-a-doo. He's doing whatever. And then the nurse is like, oh, he started, by the way. Like, I had no idea.
He's got a knife in your neck, and you're just like, what?
It's like, oh, okay. But we're still waiting for it to.
Yeah.
But yeah. Apparently it worked right away.
Yeah.
And he started slicing me open.
See, they cut that. I had that mole on the side of my arm real big. I've had it there my whole life. When I went to this new doctor I'm going to now, he was like, I guess he doesn't like moles at all.
Oh, really?
Which is whatever. It's cool. He's just like, he looked right at that, and he's like, how long have you had that? Because my wife had went to him already, and he was already all over about some other one she had. He's like, how long have you had that? I'm like, my whole life. He's like, we should probably get rid of that thing. I'm like, okay. So I made an appointment, went in, and same thing. Like, they give you that little whatever, the shot numbing, and that worked great. Yeah. The same thing. It was like no time, and all of a sudden he's like, I was laying there, and he's like, I knew he was starting, but he's like, all right, I'm gonna start. I'm like, he's like, okay, I'm done. Yeah, cut, sewn up, done. I'm like, what? I was like, okay, cool, thanks. And then they sent it off to check, make sure it wasn't cancerous. It wasn't, blah blah blah. But I had it my whole life, but it was just like, now I just got a scar there, so it's like, whatever. It was a big gnarly one though. Yeah, he was all about it. Point at, he might as well be like, what the fuck is that? mold, motherfucker. Let's get that out of there. Okay. So, you know, it's something I knew I could always done, but when you're been on your arm for your whole fucking life, you don't really think much of it.
Yeah.
I think I tried to cut it off as a kid.
Yeah, probably.
And then it came back and it bled everywhere. And it was bad. Don't do that. Don't do home surgeries. Don't recommend it. Don't recommend it. Yeah. So I do have one question for you, Brendan.
Yes.
And I do it. I know you do it because I've been to shows with you. But how do you feel when you're at a show and there's somebody with their cell phone up in the air
Yeah.
the entire set? The entire set.
I mean, it doesn't bother me unless they're standing directly in front of me, getting in my way.
So maybe that's part of the reason that it aggravates me. But don't you feel like, why are you even there if you're going to watch it through your phone?
Yeah.
I get you want to get a couple clips and pictures. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind 'cause I do that. But you're recording the whole show. Do you think you're actually going to be able to listen back to that on your phone later? Anytime I've done it, it sounds like absolute shit.
Yeah. But, whatever.
Ugh.
It's better than them, being on their phone looking up shit on Facebook.
I guess.
Being at a show and just completely ignoring the band.
Well, yeah, I guess.
But
That's what I do. That's what I do when it's a band I don't want to watch. I just go on there like, let's see what's going on fucking Facebook, which I did. So I went to go see Fit for an Autopsy a couple weeks ago, and it I don't remember the other bands that were there. The only one I had heard of was The Last 10 Seconds of Life. They're kind of like a hardcore band, hardcore, metalcore. I don't know. I just recognize the name. I've never heard anything by them. I've just seen the name around. And none of the bands were my thing. It was a lot of I don't know, I guess it was considered deathcore. I guess probably more deathcore. Yeah, just not impressed. And I'm just kind of standing there like waiting. And Fit for an Autopsy came on. They're like getting their shit up on stage, and I'm this guy standing next to me, and he's been standing there the entire time. He finally says, he's like, "Ooh, how are you doing tonight?" I'm like, "Fine," which is always like, "Why are you talking to me?"
yeah.
And he's like, "So what do you think about all?" Or he goes, "Who are you here to see?" I'm like, "Fit for an Autopsy," and he's like, "Oh, what'd you think about the other bands?" I'm like, "I didn't think much of them." That's what I said.
Yeah.
It's not really my thing. So Fit for an Autopsy is considered deathcore, but I feel that they're a little bit more musical. It's not just breakdown after breakdown after breakdown, which is what deathcore is known for. Like they actually can play their instruments. They're probably one of the few bands deathcore I'll listen to. I'm not real big into that scene. Plus, looking at all the people there, I realized I was like, I don't want to say one of the oldest people, but probably was. A lot younger of a crowd.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I think I saw maybe 2 people there wearing some legit shirts. Like I saw someone in a Deicide shirt. And I can't remember what the other one was, but like, it's just not really my scene. But they're a good band. I like them. So it was just funny. And the guy's just like, once I said that, he's like, "Oh, okay." But it was just like, it's like, "Sorry, bro, wasn't paying attention."
Yeah.
After the first song, I'm just like, "Nah, not for me." But it was packed. When I walked in, it was at Foo Bar. I walked in, and I walk in, and there's a band already playing. And I walk, and I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna just head straight back to the bar," and I'm like fighting through the crowd. Go back to the bar. I had to go all the way around to the back of the bar before it cleared out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how fucking packed it was. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I stood back there, and it was like the band was ending anyways. And, of course, as soon as they ended, everybody disperses. So I ran up there and just stood up against the wall and hung out there all night. But, yeah, it was fucking packed. So, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it just reminded me of going – I was getting my car washed. When was that? A couple weeks ago. I went in on a Monday because I had the day off. I'm sitting there, and I'm in my Cal Decapitation hoodie. And I'm sitting outside while they're drying it off, or I'm waiting for them to dry it off. And this guy, younger guy, probably 20 maybe, he's fucking got dreadlocks, white dude. So it's just like he looks like a dirty hippie. He's like, and he's like, hey, man. He's like, what's your hoodie say? And I'm like, Cattle Decapitation. He's like, oh, I thought it said Chelsea Grin. Have you ever heard of them?
Nuh-uh.
I think they're a deathcore band, too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I go, no. And he just, like, walked away then. He, like, didn't say anything else. I'm like, no. It's like, this is a good band. Fuckers. It's probably like, oh, God. Ugh.
Yeah, deathcore from Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I've heard of them. I know who they are, but it was just like, yeah, it was just funny. I thought it's a Chelsea Grin. I'm like, no. That's all I said to him. He just stared at me for a second and walked away. Sorry. You were mistaken. You want to play some music?
Sure.
All right.
Let's see what we got.
What do we got up here?
Band called Day Old Hate and their song Filth.
Just tell me the reason that you hide inside. So much temptation all down the line. Yeah, no, I pray to heaven as you fall apart. I'll stand behind you as you stare me in the dark. You say love can change a person that you need, and as long as you still care, I give you all the praise that you deserve. But now I see you in fail when you promised him that you and me were done. You promised him one lie. I'm not gonna leave begging, wait for the night. Show me the patience that you've had for him. I know you're together, it's becoming clear. I'm so excited and I've had enough. But now you're crazy and you're taking control. I know love can change a person that you need, and as long as you still care, I give you all the praise that you deserve. But now I see you in fail when you promised him that you and me were done. You promised him one lie. I'm not gonna leave begging, wait for the night. Breaking the scars you pierce, right down between us when you care. Sexy lies, you beautiful whore. Go away, flashing, and I'm giving you more. Now to take a pound of flesh from this cornered piece of lamb, I've got innocence for Legolas in my hand. I know this right from wrong, I'm starting to freak. Come take me down far from what you know. Come on and feel me, and just bring what is wrong.
Well, that was a song Filth by the band Day Old Hate. You can find them at dayoldhateband.com. Oh yeah, they're from Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
I've never been there. I don't think.
Me neither,
No.
as far as I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who cares? No. Nobody cares where we've been.
Oh.
It seems like it's a pretty happening metal town.
Yeah.
Seems like there's a couple of labels I listen to are out of there, and
Isn't that band Midnight? Are they from Cleveland?
I think they may be
Or Cincinnati or Columbus or
something like that. I want
somewhere that starts
to.
with a C.
Yeah, I want to say they may be, but yeah, it's apparently got a. I think that's where Hell's Headbangers is out of.
Oh, really?
It's Cleveland. I know Redefining Darkness is. Yeah, they got some happening shit going on there. Not better than St. Louis.
Isn't Ohio in the Midwest?
Yeah, just right up the street.
It's considered Midwest. Not
I would. Well, it's on Eastern time. I mean, I think it's right over the. It might be right over the line though. Well, maybe not right over the line, because what's right over the line for us? It'd be like Kentucky, Tennessee, or Kentucky would be. I can't remember how the fucking states lay out. Indiana.
Yeah.
So that would be the line there. So maybe not. Yeah, they're like a state over or so. So yeah, it's on Eastern time. I know that.
Yeah. Because I consider Ohio to be Midwest.
I would too.
It's not East Coast.
No.
Definitely not.
I don't consider anything East Coast other than the fucking states that
Unless it's actually on the coast.
touch the coast.
Yeah.
But they consider that whole side of the country East Coast.
Yeah.
Unless they just keep considering Eastern time. But I would consider it part of the Midwest, yeah.
But anyway, the point of my story is, how the hell are there good bands from the Midwest?
Hey, man.
They're all from, I don't know.
They're all from Europe?
Well, yeah, that's...
Sorry, everybody. But let's get real. The metal scene's a little different. Europe is that's the honeypot. No, yeah, I'm glad they got a scene out there, because I wish we had a fucking scene here in St. Louis like that. I mean, we do okay, but nothing like that.
No.
I don't know. I mean, those are, even though like Hell's Headbangers and, Redefining Darkness and stuff like that as small underground labels, but they put out some serious shit. You know what I mean? That's cool that they're all from that area. Been able to do that. I don't think we have any fucking legit labels around here that I know of.
No, not that I've ever heard of.
Yeah. I'm not saying there's zero labels. I don't know of them. And if I don't know of them, then you're nothing. Is that right, Brennan?
That is exactly right, Steve.
Okay.
All right, up next is a band called Memories of a Dead Man. This is Inner Shout. That was Inner Shout by Memories of a Dead Man. They are from Paris, France. And you can find them at memoriesofadeadman.bandcamp.com.
I've never been there.
Me neither.
I know nothing about that. I know nothing about their metal scene.
No.
I wouldn't imagine they really had a big one, but I don't know. I don't know too many bands from Paris, actually, or France in general. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Maybe there is some I'm listening to, I don't realize that's where they're from, but I can't think of anybody.
You can't think of any French?
Not really. I said maybe there is some. I just don't know that's where they're from. 'Cause a lot of the European bands I do listen to, I get confused on where the fuck they're from. I'm like, I don't fucking remember.
What's the band Trust from back in the day? I think that was the name of the band.
I'm not familiar with them.
They're from France.
Are they?
That song Antisocial that Anthrax covered
Okay.
was originally by them.
Okay.
And Nico McBrain was in Trust before he was in Iron Maiden. And Clive Burr was in Trust after he was in Iron Maiden. And that's all I know about the band.
Okay.
And I hope I got the name right.
Probably didn't. You just tore our credibility down.
But they are from France, whatever band I'm thinking of.
There are bands from France. So that's good. Good for France. Let's play the next one.
All right, up next is TBD with the song Mansplain It. That was Mansplain It by TBD. They're from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. You can find them at txbxdx.bandcamp.com.
I've never been there.
Me neither.
Actually, I think I have.
To Gettysburg or Pennsylvania in general?
Gettysburg.
Oh, really?
I think I've been there.
I don't think
Maybe
I ever
not.
have.
No. I think I've actually been to Pennsylvania. I don't think I've been to Gettysburg. What the hell's in Pennsylvania? Name me some stuff. Give me a reason. 'Cause I lived in Virginia for a little bit. That's why I think I may
yeah.
have been there.
I've lived in Virginia and been to New York, at least the airport.
Yeah, I've been to the airport. I've been to JFK.
I've possibly been to Pennsylvania. I don't know.
I did fly. You know what? I think I've been to Philly.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's where we flew back into when we came back from Italy. So, yeah, I guess airport, though. I mean, not nothing, I didn't get to see the fucking town or nothing. But,
At least you can say you've been there.
yeah,
That's all that anybody ever cares about.
that's right. Yeah, I've been
Where
there.
Steve has been.
That's right. Everybody's like, ooh, I can't wait to see.
That's why all our listeners tune in.
I wonder where he's been. Hardly anywhere, but I've been some places. Let's play the next song.
All right, next song is called Monster by the band Alianza.
I don't wanna play his games.
That was Monster by Alianza. They are from Barcelona, Spain. Have you ever been to Barcelona?
I've been to Spain.
Oh, really? I've never been to Spain.
I didn't get off the airplane,
Oh,
but
but you were there?
it landed on the ground, and I sat in an airplane for 3 hours and then took back off.
That's close enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, go to facebook.com/ALYANZA.metal.
Do it.
There you go.
What's up next?
Up next is a band called Hell Cowboys and a song called Mondo Bastardo.
Don't forget what you have done. No more work, or let us go. No regret, to make it great. There's no sense in your consent. Yes, no sense, you sound loud. What you said is what you have. You pop up, no fuck, no pasado. What you said is what you have. Don't forget what you have done. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was Mondo Bastardo by the Hell Cowboys. They are from Rome, Italy, and you can find them at hellcowboysband.bandcamp.com.
Now, there's a city I've been to several times.
Me too. This is quite an international episode we got going.
It is.
Rome.
I remember being a lot of gypsies.
Yeah. Gypsies tried to mug my mother.
Yeah.
So fuck them.
They tried to mug us too. Them fuckers. They're good though. They'll fucking come up and talk to you, and next thing you know, you're fucking everything. You're naked. You're like, what the fuck? He took everything from me.
No, I was fucking 4 years old, 5 years old. So, and a bunch of gypsy kids surrounded my mother and tried grabbing her purse or something, and she just like swinging around in a circle and whatnot. And I don't know, they ran off. But I'm like 4 or 5.
Yeah, what do you?
I can't do anything.
Right.
Oh, it fucking pisses me off to this day. Fucking gypsies.
Yeah, fuck gypsies. So one of the times we went, I was in the Boy Scouts over there, and we did a 20-mile hike around Rome.
Oh.
And one of the scoutmasters got mugged.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the gypsies I can't remember if they took his wallet or something, and I wasn't in because it was a pretty big group that went, and I missed it. I was like in a different part, and cause we were probably in I was in 7th grade. Things I went I did it twice. I did that hike twice. When I did it once in 6th grade, once in 7th grade, and the group, the kids that were there, surrounded the person, and had him trapped. So he had to give it back. I don't know. I can't remember what happened after that. I mean, he might have just dropped it and ran for all I fucking know. But yeah, he got schooled by a bunch of fucking Boy Scouts.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're fucking turds, man.
Yeah. Fucking worthless waste of life.
Yeah. Rome's pretty nice. I'd love to go back see it again, but I don't know. I don't like flying, so
Really?
nah, I hate it.
What? It's fun.
Scary.
No.
Not a fan of it.
Because it's not really all that fun. Like,
No, it's boring as fuck.
yeah, when you first lift off and you can see the ground and it's like, oh, hey, I can see my house would be over there. Oh,
Right.
the big building over there. I know that. And then, like, 30 seconds later, you're up in the clouds and it's like, now I'm bored.
Yep.
But for, like, 30 seconds in the beginning.
Yeah,
and
it's
the end of
cool.
the
Or
flight,
coming down, it's
yeah.
cool. But then other than that, it's like I'm sitting there going, "What's if the engines blow up? What happens?"
What if there's a gremlin on the wing?
But yeah, what if there's a gremlin on the wing eating it? I'm not gonna say anything because everybody's gonna think I'm the asshole. I'm just gonna let it happen. All right. If you like the show, you can subscribe on iTunes, Google Play Music. So here's a weird thing. We were on Spotify, and it stopped at like episode 93.
Oh, really?
None of the other ones were going on.
Yeah.
I noticed in our settings I had to re-click on a couple things.
Yeah.
So when this episode comes out, it should be back on.
Yeah, okay.
But the other ones didn't show up. There's a few episodes missing from Spotify. I don't know why that happened.
Yeah.
I don't ever check it because I originally have it set up to go there. So I just assume it shows up there, and it was not. So I don't know. We should be on Spotify. If we're not, if you don't see, what episode is this? 98?
Sure.
Yeah, it is 98. If 98 doesn't show up on Spotify and you actually listen or check it out, let me know so I can see what the fuck's going on. Because I'll forget to check, to be honest with you. But
Probably the gypsy's fault.
it's probably Gypsy's fault. We have a Instagram page, at Empathic Radio. You can find me on Instagram, at Empathic Smitty. So we have a Facebook page. Just type in, I think it's just facebook.com/Empathic Radio. You can like us there. You can leave a review. That would be super fucking awesome. We have stickers, free stickers. If you email your address to empathicradio@gmail.com, we will send you free stickers no matter where you're at in the world. Same thing for band submissions. We're looking for metal, punk, and hardcore. We're looking for the aggressive stuff, underground, independent, unsigned. That's what we're really looking for. If you're on a small independent label, that's cool too. You can same email address, empathicradio@gmail.com. I think that's it, Brendan. Let's play the last one. And
Okay. What do you want to play last? Do you want to play something heavy?
yeah, let's play something heavy.
How about the song Escape by the band Something Heavy?
There you go.
They're out of New York. You can go to facebook.com/somethingheavymusic. And this is the song Escape.
Inside the bottom of a bottle, run and hide. 'Cause life is hard to swallow. I need a way to ease the pain of all my yesterdays. I just want some peace of mind, so I'm sifting through the ashes to make it to the other side. I need a way to ease the pain of all my yesterdays. I just want some peace of mind, so I'm sifting through the ashes to make it to the other side. I need a way to ease the pain of all my yesterdays. I just want some peace of mind, so I'm sifting through the ashes to make it to the other side. I need a way to ease the pain of all my yesterdays. I just want some peace of mind, so I'm sifting through the ashes to make it to the other side. I need a way to ease the pain of all my yesterdays. I just want some peace of mind, so I'm sifting through the ashes to make it to the other side. I need a way to ease the pain of all my yesterdays. I just want some peace of mind, so I'm sifting through the ashes to make it to the other side. I need a way to ease the pain of all my yesterdays. I just want some peace of mind, so I'm sifting through the ashes to make it to the other side. I need a way to ease the pain of all my yesterdays. I just want some peace of mind, so I'm sifting through the ashes to make it to the other side. I need through the ashes to make it to the other side. I need an escape, lightning in the sky. Day I'll find another way to get me through this. This fragile mind, a minute of release. One more to make this all okay. Forget my yesterdays. I just want some peace of mind, so I'm sifting through